I'd like to call this meeting of the Festus City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Councilman Boyer,
Here.
Councilman Collier,
Here.
Councilman Vins,
Here.
Councilman Cook,
Here.
Councilman Dennis.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Tonight's bills total $736,607.14.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Vins,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Tenen. I'm sorry, he's absent. Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Collier.
Yes.
Motion passes. Remarks of visitors. Okay, we'll move right into bids. Public Works, the bid for the Water Master Plan Phase 2.
Good evening. The city of Festus hired Burns McDonald to start the model of current conditions for the city's water system in 2023. Since then, the model and report that were included in Phase 1 have been completed. This agreement will provide the city with standard detail specifications that will outline future installations in the city and complete the pipe sizing, pumping, storage, modeling for the future capital improvement projects in the master plan. So are there any questions on it?
Mike, no changes to what we originally proposed, right?
So there are changes in this. There's something with master plans is sometimes they don't take a look at the city as a whole. They just want to look at the system. So I talked to them about the standard details and specifications. That is something for your water system, at least, you really need to have on a city website, and they need to be put together professionally and stamped by an engineer to provide a roadmap for your installation when it comes to private development, as well as something that we can follow in-house. That's not something we currently have. And so with this, we would also be getting those.
And we can work toward putting city assets on GIS at some point.
So we do have GIS. It's just not fully updated, but currently staff has been updating it as new installations have been going along.
Is there any other discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Water Master Plan Phase 2 from Burden McDonald for $99,500.
So move.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Councilman Collier,
Yes.
Councilman Vins,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yes.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer.
Yes.
Motion passes. We have ordinances this evening. Bill 4798 is on the agenda. Would the clerk please read the bill for the first time?
Bill number 4798, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute a revenue sharing agreement with Jefferson County, Missouri for the 1/2 of 1% sales tax for capital improvements to publicly maintain roads, incorporating said agreement as a part of this ordinance, prescribing the conditions thereto, and establishing an effective date.
Do we have a staff report?
This is an annual ordinance. We pass it this time every year to participate in the transportation tax sharing arrangements that we have with Jefferson County. This typically is the funding we dedicate to our overlay program every year.
Is there any discussion?
The only thing, Greg, is that vote's coming up in about 3 years and we might want to get really behind it because if you look at the T-tax, it has been a sliding scale backwards since it was first introduced to county. That's a huge contribution to all the incorporated roads. So think about that when it comes up. We may have to get behind it big time.
Just for context, 800,000 plus is what we're pulling out of it this year. The work that's happening on North Creek right now, all the work on Pounds, on Shapiro, that was all county T-tax money out of our share.
Is there any councilman that would like this bill forwarded to carried over to the next meeting? Hearing none, do I have a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4798 for the second time in title only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would you please read Bill 4798 for the second time?
Bill number 4798, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute a revenue sharing agreement with Jefferson County, Missouri for the 0.5% sales tax for capital improvements to publicly maintained roads, incorporating said agreement as a part of this ordinance, prescribing the conditions thereto and establishing an effective date. Councilman Vins,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yep.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer,
Yes.
Councilman Collier.
Yes.
Bill 4798 has passed. We also have Bill 4799 on the agenda this evening. Madam Clerk, would you please read Bill 4799 for the first time?
Bill number 4799, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute an agreement with Burns McDonnell for Water Master Plan Phase 2, incorporating said contract as a part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date.
Bill 4799 is now open for discussion.
As discussed.
As discussed already. Is there any councilman that would like this bill carried over to the next meeting? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules and read Bill 4799 for the second time.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would you please read Bill 4799 for the second time?
Bill number 4799, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into and execute an agreement with Burns McDonnell for Water Master Plan Phase 2, incorporating said contract as a part of this ordinance and establishing an effective date. Councilman Collier,
Yes.
Councilman Vins,
Yes.
Councilman Cook,
Yep.
Councilman Dennis,
Yes.
Councilman Boyer.
Yep.
Bill 4799 has passed. New business. East Main Street grant application.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. As we discussed during the work session, second phase of West Main underway, right out front. North Mill Street is slated to follow. We have moved up the timeline on all of our previously awarded STP projects. On the heels of the South Second Street parking lot project, we're at a point where we could consider implementing some of the Main to Mississippi Great Streets plan. As we touched on, it will be a new plan, one of our own design and making, but we can utilize federal state funds. So this is an STP project. The grant application is $5,000, but the future impact based on the project estimates that we received to date would be $500,000, $500,000 of local funds. That would be our 20% share. Also including replacing all the water main on East Main Street. I think as we found with the two sections of West Main we've done, that being able to incorporate water main replacement with these SDP projects has been very successful. It works out for us since the streets are going to be opened up anyway. So the impact, that 500,000 estimate is not all of the match. It is also the total 100% local funds that would be needed to do the water main work there as well. The ask is, it just by voice vote, if council would like to proceed with submitting the grant application.
Is there any other discussion? If none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the $5,000 for the grant application. So moved. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. Let's apply for the grant.
Very good, sir. Thank you all.
Moving right along, old business.
None.
Councilman Boyer.
Just want to say that want to thank all the businesses that for their contribution on Veterans Day to the veterans. I thought it was really super of a lot of the restaurants and some other places that contributed to that. I think it's a very worthy cause. And thanks to all the organizations for their programs for Veterans Day. A lot of them participated in stuff with the parades and everything. And I think it's something that, I'm very thankful for, as most veterans are, that we're having this sort of recognition. So that's all I have, sir.
All right, thank you. Councilman Dennis.
Nothing, sir.
All righty, sir. Councilman Cook.
Thank you, Mayor. First, happy Veterans Day belated to the mayor and to several council members I know who have served, and to all of our city employees. An eternal greatness from my belief that very happy to serve with you guys. So belated happy Veterans Day. I hope it's a great one. Very proud of our city workers. The fire department had a very cooker and they did a great job. Very proud of the street department. Police department. I had an individual send me a picture of our street department taking a break. And after I explained to him how when they're out in the field in the conditions, they get breaks just like we do at our jobs. And how about instead of sending a photo and complaining, how about you tell them thank you, because they're working hard. They're working extremely hard. And I am really proud of our city workers. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you, sir. Happy Veterans Day.
All right, thank you. Councilman Collier.
I have nothing this time, sir.
All righty, sir. Councilman Vins.
Nothing either, sir.
All righty, sir. Thank you. Well, I'd like to say good job, fire department, on that fire, and thank you for notifying me. The Veterans Day celebrations were really good. And I appreciate every veteran that works for the city that serves us. And I might mention that Sunday, November the 10th, was the 249th birthday of the United States Marine Corps.
Babies against the Army, but
I'll just pretend I didn't hear that for the time being. Is there any other comments? I would like to say, many of you, most of you all don't know, I spoke at the VFW on Veterans Day. And they recognized 13 veterans who were of the 90+ club, and 2 of them were 106 years old. Yes, and I talked to both of those gentlemen, and they both have clear minds and just really nice guys. Both of them in the wheelchairs, but it was real nice. And the VFW lay auxiliary has a quilt I won't say club, but they do quilts for a guild, yes, that does quilts. And they gave quilts out to 20 veterans at that ceremony, but it was real nice. And I know our Veterans Day parade from the high school, from the schools were nice. And I would like to also mention that the school goes out of their way to have a Veterans Day celebration at all the different schools. You know, the high school, the middle school, the grade school. It's really impressive. Anyway, that's all I have. And
Tell us one thing in?
yes,
Just one thing right at the end, it's on our board out front, and I'm sure the mayor probably has plans to do something later on, but wanted to say congratulations to the Festus Girls Cross Country Club, state champions, to the boys for being runner-ups in the state, and to Carson Drymeyer for being the individual champion on the boys' side. Congratulations to all those great student athletes that also call Festus home.
yes, thank you very much. Yes. I believe that's all I have. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, motion carries. This meeting is adjourned.